Welcome everybody to Weekly Quantum World Detangled Season 1, Episode 7. Today we are worldwide and global with my friend Denise.
Hi everyone, Denise Ruffner. I'm Chief Business Officer at Cambridge Quantum Computing, coming to you from Pasadena, California. And Tommaso.
Hi everyone, good morning. Tommaso from Entropica, calling you from Singapore. And today we also have a guest very close to me, actually, finally, Dr. Ariya Chantasri.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ariya. I'm a research fellow from Griffith University in Australia. But today I'm in Thailand as like holiday, I guess. Yeah. And happy to see everyone.
And I guess you have to be in quarantine now?
Yes. I just flew in on Saturday. Yeah, last Saturday. And so this is my fifth. Yeah, so like 7 days. Yeah. So it's like the whole time is like 14 days. And it's like kind of halfway already.
Good. So you can't leave at all?
No,
okay.
Cannot leave the room at all.
The room, wow.
The room, that's true. That's the right way to say it.
Wow.
So like, room where we cannot leave. And then people would just like send us like food in like 3 times a day. This is like
wow.
And then we have to go out and then like get the test. Oh, we have to do like the fever, like a temperature check every morning, which actually have to do at 9 a.m. today. And then we have to go out to get swab tests 2 times.
Wow.
So I would know whether I get it or not.
Wow. That's
strict quarantine rules in Thailand. We also have strict production rules on the Weekly Quantum World Detangled today with a professional Hollywood expert criticizing our lighting and framing. So hopefully that is improved. The content is still the same. Let's look at the quantum news.
Some really exciting news coming out of Germany this week. The German government passed an economic support bill for quantum computing for $2 billion, which is an amazing amount of money to spend on quantum. And that follows a week ago, Europe passed a $1.2 billion bill for quantum computing. So we're seeing a lot of acknowledgement of this, emerging technology and a lot of investment.
And
so
our friends at IQM got another government grant of 17.5 million euro. In the last 4 weeks, roughly $4 billion dollars or euros rather have been spent in Europe on quantum technology. So it's time to think big.
It is time to think big, and I hope that next week we're going to talk about big problems. So we'll have to work on that as a topic.
And Tommaso, let's look at what you brought today.
Sure. Let me find the paper for you all. So today we have a paper that came out a few days ago. Can you see it?
Wait a minute. Raymond Rudy is on it. That's awesome.
Good. You know him, right?
Shout out for him. Rudy Raymond, incredible guy, incredible scientist from IBM, working at IBM and KO University. So go Raymond. That's awesome.
Beautiful. Yeah, indeed. This work was done by the folks at KO University in Yamamoto's group. Is very excellent. I like it a lot because they take a problem which is a big problem in machine learning classification, supervised classification. They look at something that is becoming more traditional, fun enough, which is variational quantum circuits, but they come up with very nice ideas on how to encode discrete features into the circuit. And it's quite interesting because they go back in time, if you like, and they look at what they call QRAC, which really is a concept based on dense coding. And dense coding is something that we know, it's been around for 20 years, really, with the work of Nayak and among others. So it's quite interesting because they use concepts, or well-established concepts from quantum information that sometimes get forgotten, to look at how to encode efficiently information into a quantum circuit. Now I'm just scrolling for everyone's benefit. Yeah, and at the end, you can see how they map it to the block sphere. And at the end, they also test the algorithm on both a simulator and a real quantum computer. So this is great work. I love it when people are thinking in a very quantum sense about classical problems, if you like classification of classical data.
So this is the second quantum machine learning paper that somebody is sharing with me today. Do you think that's a coincidence, or is that field in general picking up?
No, it's certainly picking up a lot. I mean, there's still a long way to go, right? Because there's mostly physicists doing the work. And I do strongly believe that we need more collaboration with either computer scientists or theoreticians in artificial intelligence and machine learning. But it's certainly picking up fast, which is great. It's fantastic. Good ideas, good work, good testing on the machines. I love it.
And Denise, Cambridge Quantum Computing has a machine learning team, doesn't it?
Yeah, we have a team of probably 14 people doing machine learning. So quite a nice size group.
Very interesting, and an interesting field, thinking big. I was talking to a Fortune 500 company today, and they are looking at potentially going down the route of machine learning, natural language processing, and other applications powered by quantum.
And you know that we published, we published a couple weeks ago the first QNLP experiment, which we ran on IBM Q. So that's something we have a team working on as well.
Yeah, something to watch. Fantastic. Let's move on to Thailand. Yes.
Sure. So today is quite exciting for me because I mean I've been in Singapore for long enough to to start to really feel at home here, and Singapore is in the heart of Southeast Asia. And one concept, one idea that I really think is important to challenge is that all the research and all the work in quantum information and quantum computing is done in the US. This is usually the misconception, right? And for sure, the US has a big chunk of work done there that's fair to our knowledge, but it's also great to see that there are more and more really strong groups popping out everywhere, and especially in Thailand, which is our neighbor to the north. And today Aria is really sharing, I would love to hear from her more about the ecosystem that she's contributing to build in Thailand and the work that they're doing there.
Yeah, I'm glad that you guys invited me. This is great opportunity. And I also agree that Thailand is who are going to think about Thailand when they think of quantum technology, as well as maybe Southeast Asia, except Singapore. Singapore is the only one in Southeast Asia area that people would think of, right? But then this is actually the goal, which will be related to the questions about QTFT, is we would like to make quantum technology as part of the Thailand, which I will talk about more about frontier research and flagship, which is related to the government policy recently. Yeah, which is quite exciting. Yeah,
for sure. And
government policy by the government of Thailand with respect to quantum technologies. Can you talk about it a little bit?
Sure. So these just announced not long ago, I would say. Yeah, so just kind of a few months ago. So this is the frontier research, which is quite a big thing. It's the first time that the government started to think about how to research, which is different from before. Which is more before it's more research on applications and so on. This is the first time that in the frontier research we have the flagship. One of them is quantum technology. And this flagship, this is has been, I mean, I would say we in terms of QTFT has been part of the process trying to help pushing this as well. And I'll talk about back and forth depending on the questions. But we were part of the process, and it has been going really well. And in the past few months, the proposal, which is a research proposal related to this quantum technology flagship, was just accepted. Yeah, and then we got like a 200 million baht for quantum research for the, I'll talk more about it. It's more like quantum technology, quantum information, quantum sensor, and so on. So we just got this money to work on these quantum technology foundation research.
That's great.
So is that the QTFT team that got the 200?
So it's not just our team. We just like kind of, maybe I should talk about the QTFT first then.
For sure. Yeah.
It's really like a startup company, I would say, because it's just platform people talking to each other. We have, in Thailand, we have a lot of scholarship students. That's the first thing. I think this is like the main key, the like ingredient to get any research going is you need to have human resource. And we have quite a lot of scholarship students who went overseas and studied in US and Europe and so on. And so I was also in the US, and then I went to Australia to do postdoc. And so I met a lot of people, and we contact Thai people that study in the same field. And there was like one time we met in Chiang Mai, and that was a conference, like a really small conference. We're like an order of probably 50 people. It's not like 100 order of people. But we had people from industry joining. It's not just a researcher, like only researcher. It's like researcher and entrepreneurs. So we start talking, and then like, hey, we have a lot of people who work in quantum technology in Thailand. And then the entrepreneur part will say, yeah, quantum technology seems to be exciting. What can we do about it? So we start an idea from there. We talk more, how can we do something together? And then, so we start building the group, and we talk about, okay, creating this community. And so we came up with an idea of like QTFT. So we start from just by talking and then try to get an idea from there.
And you guys have a website, and I know
Mm-hmm.
Is it what, qtft.com or what is it?
.org. Yeah.
.org.
Mm-hmm,
okay.
Mm-hmm. So it comes from like Quantum Technology Foundation Thailand. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I want to say everybody should take a look at the website. There's a lot of great scientific talent on there.
Yep.
I was in Thailand, I think in January, and I met Dr. Thip, and a great group of people. So take a look at the website. And now I've interrupted you enough. Tommaso, I'll hand it back to you.
No, that's fine. I think this actually was very nice. It was great to hear how QTFT came to be. It's fantastic to hear. I didn't know that the government of Thailand like gave 300 million baht, which is quite impressive to push research.
Really, really happy. Yeah.
No, it's really great. It's really great. Actually, I can add a more personal touch to the whole story, because thanks to Aria, a student from Thailand, Pataraporn, she will be joining Antropica in September.
Yes, that's right.
As part of a scholarship program together with the Singapore government, which is really great.
Yeah, it's actually that part was from QTFT organized with the rice company. Right. And so we had like really big, I would say big for Thailand, like the conference that we had speakers from like Google, Huawei, and Tencent, like big company in Baidu, and like many companies from around the world, and including Tommaso. So we had a lot of like, it's really productive talk. And then so we start having ideas of how we can collaborate together from there. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
One thing that I really would love to know is how many people do you think in Thailand are working on quantum information today? I mean, you mentioned that there were 50 people at the Chiang Mai conference, but just to get an idea.
I mean, so since we have quite a lot of scholarship students, I would say in terms of faculties around the world, sorry, around Thailand. Yeah. I'm just like getting bigger now. So in Thailand, faculties is around 50. And then including students and postdocs, I would say an order of 100 people.
This is a lot. Okay.
Well, yes, thanks.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, part of the reason is probably, I'm a physicist, I like to analyze things. And I think part of it is because we have scholarship, like sending students overseas. It's a scholarships that try to get good students to study science. That's the first thing first. And then many people study physics. And then they go overseas to study physics, and many of them pick to choose to study quantum technology part, like including me, right? And so that is like one of the reasons we got more people in this field. And also the last thing is that we do have the program, like this scholarship program also it's kind of like the requirement that they have to come back home to work. I mean, you can think of it as like good and bad, but in terms of strategy in like human resource, we will get those people back to the country, and we will have like human resource to work on this field. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. Singapore has a similar strategy.
Yeah, I heard that too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a wonderful program. That's great.
Yeah. And then so now the question is, we have human resource. What's the next step, right? So the next step is to try to make like environment for research, and also the funding part. And of course, like the last one is to try to get something out of it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sure. And are you looking as QTFT or as, I would say, as Thai community to also collaborate with industries, or for now is really more about theoretical and or I should say scientific work?
Yeah, I mean, that's actually, so when I say that we QTFT group start from the conference where the scientists met entrepreneurs. And so the one idea that we are different from other people is that we as a group include not just the scientists. We include entrepreneurs, we include people from many different fields. Like I said, one of them is machine learning, which is like, actually you guys talk about it. This is like the fantastic combinations of the quantum people and machine learning community. And we also have engineering and medical side. So we try to bring people all together, come to learn about quantum technology, how can it affect different fields in the industry. And the key idea, one of the key idea is we want to be able to deliver something from the quantum research to the industry. I mean, that's like the final goal. We try to get there step by step, like the baby step, but that's like the final goal. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thanks for sharing. It's great. It's really great. I mean, for the Southeast Asian ecosystem, I love the initiative when I first heard about it, and I really wish you best of luck.
Yeah.
I also hope you guys can come and visit us soon, and vice versa.
That's right. And then that's how we had to start from, like, collaborate with people, learning by doing it. So this, like, we jump in. I mean, as me do like work in the industry or how the industry worked and so on. This is quite new. Yeah. But I just learned from doing it. Yeah.
Good. Well, thank you very much, Maria, for really making us global today. Thailand is the second largest economy in Southeast Asia. It's been the fastest growing economy in the world, actually, until a few years ago. And over 20% of the industry in Thailand is in computers, semiconductors, and other electronics, mostly for export. But there is a strong basis for potential ventures and enterprise applications. So we wish you good luck. Look forward to staying in touch. This concludes Season 1, Episode 7 of the Weekly Quantum World Detangled. You are now detangled.